DJ! same thing that we've been talking about for a couple weeks now, where there was some adversity and the guys responded the right way, and were able to take control of the game. There was points where you looked at the sideline, something bad happened, and there was nobody over there, yelling at their teammates or anything like that. It was all about figuring out what went wrong, getting corrected, and going back out next week. So I was not surprised by that, because that's what they've been doing, and that's how these guys go about their business. So there's definitely stuff we got to get cleaned up, but really happy with the effort and how hard these guys played, and just happy that they able to stay undefeated and continue next week.
So, Jaden, this is one of the toughest defenses that you faced so far this season. They continuously were putting pressure on you, forced a couple of those picks, but then you're able to go out and still execute, get 4 touchdowns, 300 yards, and drive that offense to much needed points, especially in the fourth quarter. How are you able to just continuously overcome adversity whenever you're looking into the face of one of the best defenses in your conference?
Yeah, I think it's a part of the position as a quarterback. Everyone talks about having a short memory. Just forget that last play, just move on to the next, play the next one, and just keep fighting. Never quit. It's a great defense. We knew they were going to make some plays, and they did. But that just can't change our mentality, and got to stay in attack mode all game.
Also, Jaden, you go out and with the once you got your 3rd touchdown, that was the record-breaking touchdown. Now you have the most passing touchdowns in Harvard history. This is a program that's played for over 150 seasons and has such a storied reputation. How does it feel to go and kind of etch yourself in the record books as one of the all-time great quarterbacks?
Yeah, long history, long program, a lot of success here. It's just a testament to my coaches, my teammates, and everyone around me who's lifted me up and made me a better player in person. And it's just a special feeling doing it against Dartmouth, the team that I took over as a quarterback here 2 years ago. So that added a little bit of extra emotion for me. So it was a really cool experience.
Yeah. And then, Sean, kind of looking at the defense. So 3rd quarter, Dartmouth comes out big, gets that first scoring drive, able to go and off the turnover, get a quick 3 points. They're driving a little bit, and then there in the 4th, you kind of just lock them down and take away every chance they have at trying to build a comeback. A huge 4th down stop there in your own territory to kind of take away any hopes that they have of coming back. Defensively, how do you continue to just keep pushing these teams and forcing them to give their best every single play?
Yeah. So I would say, first off, the D-line had a hell of a game today. They really made our jobs easier. And also, we knew coming out of half we were gonna take some sort of shot from them. They had to come out strong, and they did. They scored, but then I feel like on that drive, I feel like we had some issues up front, communication on my part, and then I think we just settled in after that. We still had the game in our hands, and then made that big stop to hold them to 3, and then offense came back down, just scored, kind of put the game away.
Yeah. And I guess, Coach, just kind of your thoughts on being able to go in after a little bit of a tougher 3rd quarter against a good opponent and close out that 4th quarter, come away with a 21-point win against 2nd, 3rd best team in the league.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. It was a full team effort. The execution was like at an elite level at different points in that 4th quarter, which got our defense off the field. I don't know what it ended up being, but like defense on 3rd down, that was to me the big difference, especially in the first half, because they were one of the top teams in the country on 3rd down conversions. And then our ability to continue to move drives, whether it was 3rd down or going for it on 4th down, that execution that happened there was a huge part of it. And so at the end there, I would love to score another touchdown, but we were in a position there to finish the game, and I wasn't going to kick field goal. So just really happy with how the guys played, and we can keep building off of this as we move on to the next one, which becomes the next most important game, because it's the current.
Yeah, and you had said there's kind of avoiding going for those field goals. There was also a point, it was like 4th and 9 in the 4th quarter. You decided to go for that in opposing territory. You come through and you're able to convert, and then kind of use that drive to kind of hit the dagger against them. How is it to make a play call like that in such a big game, and just kind of trust that you're putting your offense out there in the best situation you can and giving your team the best chance to win?
Yeah, I mean, with the wind the way it was, it kind of adjusts the analytics of it, and maybe some situations where you think you would kick a field goal, you don't kick a field goal. But it was, to me, it was easy decision just with where we were in the field. You know, to the untrained eye, they're probably like, "What the heck are they doing?" But like, there's a lot of bad things that can happen if you were to kick a field goal, put a punt team out there. I'd rather just keep the ball in one's hands, and he can keep the drive going. So. I had a ton of confidence that that was going to end well, which it did. So, if we get a similar situation and the analytics are telling me we should go for it, I mean, we have one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, so it's in our best interest to go for it. That's what the analytics tell us we should do.
So, Sean, you know, you're out here with, you know, in a linebacker group. You lost Dorsey here a couple weeks ago, but you've come in and you've seen that the group has almost taken a step up in terms of their intensity and their fight and their will to win these games. You know, you come in and in the fourth quarter, you get a lot of help from the offense, but then you continue to be one of the best defenses in not just the Ivy League, but in the country. How do you just keep that same mentality and just know that every single drive, you're doing what you can to put the team in a situation?
Yeah, so ultimately with the LBs, I mean, we're a real close group. Like, we bounce ideas off each other all the time, group chats, we hang out a lot. And with the LBs, you gotta be the loudest, you gotta know what everybody's doing on the field. And I think once we lost Dorsey, who was a great player, we just knew we all had to step up, knowing the scheme every single week. And I think we've done so far a good job. We just gotta continue doing that.
Yeah, and then it's coach next week, short week going into Columbia. How are you looking at that game, trying to make sure that you don't, you know, stumble before you come into two really big games against Penn?
Yeah, I have no concerns at all about any type of clunker or stumbling like that, because these guys, they have the right mindset. They're not looking at it like, oh, we're playing a team that maybe is not having a lot of success right now. It's more like we got to go be 1-0 because we control our own destiny if we go 1-0 every week. So I'm confident we'll go out there and have a great week of practice and a great week of preparation that'll let us go out there with a lot of confidence on Friday.
Anything else? All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.